Welcome back into the Awesemo YouTube channel, guys. My name's Geoff Ulrich, bringing you some Jock Market Week 18 picks for Sunday's main slate. And this show, it's obviously sponsored by Jock Market. And if you haven't heard, they have turned fantasy sports into a stock exchange. Forget waiting until the end of the game to make money. Jock Market allows you to buy and sell shares of players in real time for real money with guaranteed payouts for all the shares at the end of the night. They have daily markets in NBA, MLB, NHL, and PGA. You can make real money every hour, every minute, every second of any match or game. You use the pregame IPO to pick up shares of your favorite players. Then you buy, sell, or hold them, all based on your own analysis. That is the best part. Download the app to get started. Use our exclusive Awesemo promo code Awesemo for up to a $50 bonus on your first deposit. This is an exclusive offer only for the Awesemo community, so make sure to take advantage of it today. That's Awesemo for a $50 bonus. Now let's go to the Chicago Bears since we're going to be historic. There's nothing historic about the Chicago Bears this year, but I do like Darnell Mooney this week for Week 18 to potentially have a spike game. He's taken over as the lead receiver for Chicago. It's a little weird. Everyone was talking about Allen Robinson at the start of the year, but Darnell Mooney now has seen 29 targets over his last 3 games alone. He's posted 4 games this year with 120 yards or more, kind of quietly just doing this all under the table because nobody likes the Bears offense. Very inconsistent, but very good matchup here against the Minnesota Vikings, who have nothing to play for except maybe to get Mike Zimmer fired this week. The Vikings pass defense rates out as one of the worst in the league against guarding opposing wide receivers. They've allowed the most fantasy points to the wide receiver position this year. They've allowed 10 catches and 100 yards to the last 2 wide receiver ones they faced. And like I said, Mooney essentially acting as the team's wide receiver 1 right now. You've got Andy Dalton back at quarterback too. He targeted Mooney 13 times last week. I love it. I love the spot. I think we got a very good upside target here. 100 yards and a touchdown very much on the table with Darnell Mooney. Next pick for Jock Market. Let's go to the New Orleans Saints. They are favorites. They're on the road, but they're -3.5 favorites. They got a decent implied team total. Let's go to Taysom Hill. Let's go to their quarterback because I think if the New Orleans Saints do win this game by a touchdown or more, it's probably because Taysom Hill ran for a bunch of yards and perhaps even rushed the ball into the end zone a couple times. He's now rushed the ball 11 or more times in 4 straight starts. So we're getting rushes here from Taysom Hill, no matter what the score is. We love that. He's averaged over 20 fantasy points over those last 4 games as well. And, he's only found the end zone in 1 of his last 4 games as starter too. So there's really a lot of upside here for Taysom Hill. He's also playing the Falcons, who are just a bad defense in general. They have the worst pass rush in the game. They've given up the 3rd most rushing yards to opposing quarterbacks this year as well. It's a great spot for Hill. Last year, he started against the Falcons defense, rushed for over 50 yards, rushed for 2 rushing touchdowns. I think there's a very good chance you see a very similar game from Taysom Hill this week. And yeah, I think he's a great upside target. I know this game has a low total, but there's a lot of low totals on the board. Taysom Hill has a chance to account for all his team's scoring, though. I really like him as an upside target on Jock Market this week. Okay, last pick. Let's go to the Arizona Cardinals and Seattle Seahawks game because that game does have a pretty big point total, sitting around 48. And I really like Christian Kirk this week. He's averaged 10 targets per game since DeAndre Hopkins has gotten ruled out. And he's taken on the Seattle Seahawks, which is a big factor here because they are terrible against guarding slot receivers. Kirk's still playing out of the slot a lot, but Cooper Kupp, Amon-Ra St. Brown, both of these guys have gone for well over 100 yards and a touchdown against the Seattle Seahawks of late. This is just a spot where Seattle is not good, and Christian Kirk, he's getting those targets. And I think you're going to see Christian Kirk and Kyler Murray connect here for a lot more big plays downfield. And look, this is a pretty good game to target. This is one of the biggest over-unders we have on the Sunday slate. So Christian Kirk, great matchup, getting heavy targets, really not a good pass defense at all in Seattle. I think there's a lot of upside for Christian Kirk this week. I think the Arizona Cardinals, again, coming in as nearly a touchdown favorites. They got a big implied team total here. You're going to want to get a piece of their offense. I think Christian Kirk is a great way to do that. So let's recap here, guys. We got Darnell Mooney of the Chicago Bears. We got Taysom Hill of the New Orleans Saints. And then we got Christian Kirk, the last one there with the Arizona Cardinals. Those are going to be our 3 picks for Jock Market Week 18. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the Awesemo YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. But most importantly, have yourselves a great final week of the NFL regular season. I'm Geoff Ulrich, and we'll talk to you soon.